Okay, everybody, here we go. I got this thing working. Friday, June 28th, 2024, post market wrap up. I love these live streams, and earlier I couldn't get this thing to work, so I was a little disappointed. I don't really like to do the pre-recorded videos that I do in the morning. I mean, the only reason why I do that is because about half of you like the pre-recorded and about half of you liked the live. So I kind of just figured I would do both of these things for all of you people here. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about here. I heard from so many of you today. Let me just start off with this. What we what we witnessed last night was pretty much everything that we had discussed would happen here. In my view, it really did reveal a lot, and it impacted me maybe in a way I didn't expect it to. Now let me talk about that real quick. There is not a guy out here, and maybe there is, I have no idea, that has been so hard, maybe to the point of over the top with regard to Biden. I've been extremely hard on this guy. I've taken every opportunity that I can to make up names about him and say things that probably were not very nice. And I want to just say this. I'm ashamed of myself to a certain degree, in fact, to a large degree. That what we witnessed last night. First of all, you ever hear the statement that nothing in politics happens by accident? I think what that was, a lot of it was put out in front of us all for a reason. And that was part of, I think, my personal wake up call. Okay. What I witnessed was a very feeble, elderly, I'm talking about Biden here, excuse me, a feeble, elderly man who can't defend himself in any way. And it made me feel bad because about myself, and I don't know another way to put it. I just felt that way, and I'm going to tone that down, okay? Because again, I don't think he's in command, and I'm not. This is not a put down, okay? I think he's suffering from age-related illnesses, mental illness to a certain degree, and that's unfortunately something I may, and we all may end up one day. And I think I'm going to back off on that. Okay, so if that is a point of interest for you, I just wanted to get it out there. You know what I mean. Again, once in a while, we need a little wake up, and that was a wake up for me. But let me say this too. I don't believe anything happens by accident in politics. It's all staged. From the moment that Biden walked out on that stage, or at least with that shuffle he's doing, from you medical people out here, okay, there's, I'm sure, a lot of doctors, nurses, PAs, and whatever. It's very clear to me, and tell me if I'm wrong, nurses, doctors, medical people, he's got what I believe is the mask of Parkinson's disease. It's a real thing. Look it up. It's not a put down. I personally don't believe he would be, gauging from what we witnessed last night. It's pretty obvious. And this is, I think, why we were shown that last night. I don't think he no longer possesses the ability to be a president. Okay. But again, it doesn't matter who they put there. And that's another thing too. My nose is so itchy. Doesn't that mean we're going to get into a fight or something? Anyway, can you hear me okay? Somebody's saying no sound. Anyway, so in politics, this is all a game. Nothing is what it appears to be. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Shannon, I appreciate that. Ken, too. Lava, you're awesome. So what we got to see was, again, this old man in dotage, feeble person, paraded out on that stage, I guess, to send a message here to us all in many ways. And a lot of people, and again, this is the title of this video, Biden to drop out. So many of you wrote to me today. I mean, Biden's going to drop out. But, look, you ever hear this? the devil you know is always better than the devil you don't know. If he drops out, what is that going to mean? Automatically, they're going to make Trump president, or is there going to be some other thing going on? You got to be mindful of these things. Like I said, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. It doesn't matter anyway. I don't feel that whatever we do matters anymore. And this is a poll that I ran earlier today. Do you believe that your vote counts in the upcoming presidential event? 90% of you, 90% of you said it's those who count the votes who choose, not the voters. I happen to believe that's true. It's pretty staggering in this day and age. I mean, so like I said, unfortunately, the system needs to come down across the board, and it has to begin with the Federal Reserve. This institution is a crime syndicate of the highest order. And I tell you, between the two yesterday, how they, it was a blame game, like we said here, not a finger point at the Fed, not any, and no, and if I was very disappointed because I expected to hear, and I heard from someone yesterday that if I mentioned the name, I was told not to do. Okay, you would all know who this is. Someone really, really big. Okay, that would make me look like an ant. And I was very surprised to hear from this person. Anyway, that there was going to be a question about Fed monetary policy or a high probability. If that's the case, that was removed, and that's bothersome to me. Anyway, it's like I said, that's the situation. But I want to talk about something that happened today. Again, my nose running with regard to the debt market. We had a pretty significant sell-off here in the debt market. I don't think this is the beginning of the end. I still think it's going to get pushed off until the selection period, election, whatever. I still don't believe there's going to be an election, and looks like most of you don't either, 90% of you. But anyway, the action in the debt market should tell us all something. As a matter of fact, it got some mainstream media attention. Look at this headline from Market Watch. Bond market participants brace for bigger debts and deficits under either, I was going to say thing, but I'm going to be nice and say person, okay? Because again, look, we're already being told where this is going here. And you got to listen. I understand when people talk about politics, the great divider, people can handle it. The truth hits you like a freight train. And much of the platform that we're hearing, we haven't heard anything from Biden. You notice I'm not calling him Bidenstein or Mummy Man. From Trump, it's been very consistent. Currency devaluation, suppressed rates, crypto president. He's trying to get those crypto voters in here, or even like I said, I don't believe it matters anyway. Mitch, thanks, buddy. So what we can expect here, clearly, again, let's just throw it out here. Biden doesn't run for whatever reason. His health declines faster. They put some other person in there. Obviously, look, the market now, in my view, initially months ago, it looked like this market wanted Trump, then it wanted Biden. Now it looks like Trump's the guy that the market wants. Clearly, again, corporate America wants Trump. I mean, again, please do your own research on what I'm going to say here, because I know some people are going to take exception to this, and they think I'm a Trump hater, forgetting about all the stuff that I have said about Biden. Okay, I think if anything's more evident, my perspective on Biden has not changed. It's just my my rhetoric was pretty over the top. But corporate America here wants that weaker dollar, especially the multinational corporations that Trump is promising. Okay, this will create profits for them on a massive scale. Of course, life much harder for you, much more inflation, suppressed rates, pushes cash into the stock market. The 1% and 2%ers make more money here. Again, gets sucked right out of you. This is, other than the immigration and the borders and all, which everyone is, and he blamed everything on that. This is what he's been running on. And I think, again, this is why the corporate agenda would love to see Trump in sitting behind the Resolute desk again here, and the take on crypto, the crypto president. And he's telling everyone, who like myself too, I'm a crypto advocate of an extremely high order. Vote for me. I'm your crypto president. I'm the guy who's going to back cryptocurrency. Now that is a problem to a certain degree. I believe we're moving towards a tokenized system, which I think is going to steal away a lot of our liberties and freedoms here. I think everything is going to be broken down into a token or a tradable asset, even human life. I wrote a whole paper on it, how it works. Just go look it up. It's on the internet out here. And this, if Trump gets selected here, would be a nice conduit for the Federal Reserve to institute their new central bank digital tokenized system. So there's a lot of pieces that are in play here, okay? And with regard to debts and deficits and the Fed, we can expect much more of the same, much more higher debts, more deficits. The Federal Reserve to reach the pinnacle, the absolute pinnacle of power, which they are now. Again, you ask for a central bank to weaken the dollar, they love that. You ask a central bank to keep rates suppressed, they love that even more. You find any other reason to pull more cash into the now, and then find a scapegoat. Oh, it's all Biden's fault, but it isn't. Again, these guys have the last three presidents. The last three presidents have more than doubled the debt. And the fact is, and that I mean, I'm not making this up, people. Okay, so I'm not talking bad about Trump here, but he did take credit for the COVID spending in the beautiful vax, which has killed thousands, tens of thousands of people, and who knows what their futures are going to be. Operation Warp Speed. I mean, come on, man. I'm speaking the truth. If you can't handle it, you don't belong here. But these are the facts. So if Trump is selected, you can expect, again, it won't change with regard to debts and deficits. It's going to balloon. Federal Reserve will become more powerful. I think cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, the Bitcoin president, he called himself the Bitcoin president. I'm not making this up. Will surge higher, in my view. We'll see how that plays out moving. I think, look, right now, Bitcoin crypto has been under some pressure. It's very volatile asset class. You all know that. In my opinion, and please don't do a damn thing without doing your own research into this, okay? I sincerely believe, despite the fact that we witnessed a pretty significant sell-off in the debt market that put a little pressure on stocks today, which were all over the place, but the market did finish lower. That mechanism of the debt market selling off here, bond yields rising, 10 yield came up, obviously put pressure on the stock market by the dips with regard to the stock market moving forward. Period. The end. Until I don't have a picture of the MMRI, that trend, that downtrend that we're in, again, link in the description of this video. As long as that, all my lions know what I'm talking about. Every single one, and they're laughing, they're loving this stuff. This environment is target rich, okay? You got to be buying dips in the stock market. You got to be buying dips in commodities, everyone that comes along, especially gold and silver. You got to be buying the dips with regard to cryptocurrency, especially if you believe, okay, that Trump is going to be selected. Trump is probably going to make Bitcoin investors very, very wealthy. I happen to be a Bitcoin investor. It's my largest crypto holding, and I haven't bought more in a very, very long time. You will know that. I would tell you if I did, but it's been a while before I bought Bitcoin or even any gold and silver. I haven't even added to my stashes of that because I have a lot of this stuff. I'm not lying. Everybody knows that. But we need to, again, make the system work for us. And if we believe, again, that Trump will be selected, it really does open up a lot of opportunity for us here that want to stay on the right side of this. And that's what this is all about, whether it's the Bidens or the Trumps or the whatever else they're going to put back there. If Biden drops out or his health deteriorates, he looked terrible. And I think that was done on purpose. I don't believe anything in politics happens by accident. It was a show. Okay. And again, it's getting a lot of attention. What he looked like, how he acted. Definitely a man who's deteriorating, very feeble, can't defend himself. So I am going to back off on my rhetoric. No one's been harder on that guy than Greg Mannarino here. That's the truth here. Anyway, so look, people, what does this mean for you and me? The beauty of what the situation that we're in is nothing changes. Nothing. Okay. We're still going to continue to bet against the system. The system is coming apart piece by piece. The economy is a disaster area across the board, not just here in the United States. This is a global phenomenon. So that should tell you something. It's not just one nation. This is an effort by central banks to deconstruct the system. And they're doing it right under our noses. Very few people are able to understand what's going on because they've been put in boxes. Okay, and they need to keep you in those boxes here. Well, look at the U.S. economy, but it goes way beyond here because we're in this selection cycle right now. Am I making sense to you? Because if you think I'm getting it wrong, please tell me. Tell me, where I'm getting this wrong. I'm dying over here. So anyway, look, so what this comes down to is, again, looking for opportunity to make the system work for us. There's not enough people like you and I, honestly, to take apart the system that's being rigged in front of us here. That's why I always ask all of you out here, share this stuff, get it out there. Maybe if we can wake up. So, change always starts with the minority at first who's starting to wake up, and then it kind of bleeds off here. But I think, again, that we are living in a side effect of what central banks have planned decades and 100 years ago. And they've been creeping towards this moment in time. Mitch knows what I'm talking about. Andres, thank you. Yeah, watch the film, Get Out. Oh, okay, I will do that. Anyway, nah, Dave, we're not screwed, bro. I'm just answering Dave Bellamy here, and someone that's been with me a long time. We're going to get through this. No matter what they do to us, we will get through this. At least, from so many standpoints, not just, this financial game that I'm involved in, and I would assume many of you are involved with me. It's all well and good. It's fun. I like to play it. I really do. It gives me a high a little bit to turn the tables and make it work for us. Look for opportunity, okay? But the bigger picture is, and we're going to end the video off with, is loving each other, caring about each other, be charitable. And that's why, another reason why I was ashamed of myself this morning, last night when I was watching the the show. Anyway, but I'm going to change. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. The crypto wave. There you go. You know what to do. You know exactly what to do because everybody knows what to do. I still believe with all my heart that we cannot lose because we got each other's backs all the time. And, sometimes we learn new tricks. I'm out here and I can learn new tricks. There's no doubt about it. And I can learn to be a better person too. I'm going to work on that. I really am. I sometimes look, my blood boils over some of this stuff. I can't handle it. It's just so obvious what's happening here. Biden chose his path. Well, you can't say much less for Trump. Trump has done the same thing too. They've all surrounded themselves with pretty evil people that have an agenda. It's not just one guy here. Look at Trump's Treasury Secretary. You think that guy's any angel? Ex-Goldman Sachs here. All of Trump's guys were just as bad. The government, these people that seek to rule our lives, you think they really have your best interest, Bill? I don't think they do, man. I don't think so. And Biden he's feeble. He's old. He's an old guy. And it's catching up. It's going to catch up with all of us. Every single one of us, unless we die young. Some of us do drag race. It's probably not the healthiest thing in the world to do. All right, anyway, people, look, we got this down. Again, it's not going to change, but we're going to keep our eyes on that debt market. It's sending us a signal right now. I think you can clearly see that debts and deficits are going to balloon moving forward here. and the market's getting ready for it. And that just means, again, more currency devaluation on a massive scale. And we're being told right out of his mouth that that's what he wants. I'm talking about Trump. The other guy, like I said, he's not in touch with his, and I'm not putting him down. I'm not saying this again as a put down. He's just not in touch with himself anymore. He's has, I believe he has Parkinson's disease. I really do. Just from the look, from the walk. Again, not a put down. This is just my opinion. I did do medicine for a long time. No, government is not our friend, man. I think we're kind of lava. Yes, you're right. No, racing. You know what? When I get out of that race car, I'm shaky from the adrenaline rush. It's pretty amazing here. All right, look, yes, Paul, absolutely, man. ETF, commodity ETFs. I put out like 5 or 6 of these in my newsletter, free to everybody. Link in the description of this video. If you want to take advantage of that. I mean, but look, to me, I don't know another way to say it. Here it is. That's it. You want to look for something. Look, we want to look for things that are undervalued. I think commodities across the board are undervalued, including crude oil. Let me, how do I say that? The dollar was going to lose more purchasing power, okay? Commodities priced in dollars, you can see where they're going to go. But this is the most undervalued in the world, in my view. So load up on it. There's my second favorite right there, gold. I don't know where to put this here. I told you this a million times. I've never wavered from that. We all know where this is going. It's pretty easy to see. Again, you don't got to be a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. Yes, wheat too. Wheat is a commodity. Look, what do they do? What do governments do? What are we finding out here? What is the mainstream media telling us? When the mainstream media starts to say something, is because they have no choice. If they're admitting that governments are stockpiling food, supplies, medicine, vaxes, all this kind of stuff, you know there's a problem. Again, the economy is being deconstructed. We are going to see more war, more death, more pain, more suffering on a scale. I mean, look, this is all old news, man. And I mean ancient news. There's no way that this is going to stop. No figurehead sitting behind the Resolute desk is going to stop what we all have been foretold for thousands of years. It's just not going to stop. It's not going to end well. So we got to get ourselves on the right side of this from every angle. Does this make sense to you? Yeah, I wouldn't miss you. I'm sure you're right on that, or some other kind of thing. And that scares me too. And that really, it hit home for me last night with regard to Trump's take on CONVID, how he almost, was praising himself that he spent all this cash, $3.6 trillion. He didn't spend nothing, or he was forced to do so, but he took the credit for it. Okay. Again, I defended the guy. I said that he was not responsible for that. But last night, he wanted to be responsible for it, so I'll make him responsible for it. So, yeah. So he pulled outspent Biden by double, according to his own words. He's proud of it. Can I tell you? So we'll just have to deal with it. But look, it doesn't change nothing. It's not going to stop. But again, we got each other's backs always. We're going to end this video, people, I think, here. And before we go, I'll see you Sunday. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about real quick? Or are we kind of good here? Kind of here? All right, people. I think we're going to call it. All right. Look, this guy here loves you from the heart, and I mean that. And I want you to bring it in. Ready? Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable. All right. That's all. I will see you on Sunday for the markets, a look ahead. Until that time, again, let's put this week behind us. We got through it. We're going to get through anything they want to throw at us, okay? Love you a lot. See you then.